You know, Mrs. Eatin Good in the Woods and I used to overlook North Carolina state parks, mostly because they didn't feature electricity at each site. But I gotta tell you, since we got into this camping game with both feet, we've come to discover our camper is actually well suited for boondocking. This is South Mountains State Park in Connolly Springs, North Carolina. Y'all follow me, I'll show you around. Before we go any further, I'd like to remind you guys, please don't forget to mash that subscribe button, give me a big old thumbs up, maybe even leave me a comment or two. I sure would appreciate it. Wanted to tell you guys about this great app too, RV Parking. What a wonderful app to go find campgrounds all over this great country of ours. And it's absolutely free. Check your Play Store. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Eatin Good in the Woods Campground Reviews. What you see before you is South Mountains State Park in North Carolina. Now this video is going to be divided up into two sections, largely because this campground is divided up into two sections. A regular campground and an equestrian campground. Here's a little about the park. It is in one of the state's most rugged areas. South Mountain State Park features elevations up to 3,000 feet, an 80-foot waterfall, mountain streams, and more than 40 miles of trails for hikers, equestrians, and mountain bikers. It is truly a backcountry experience. They also offer 24 backpacking campsites at 7 locations, as well as plenty of drive-up campsites. Let's get to that real quick. About a mile or two into the park, you will find the Jacob Fork parking area. These are drive-up camping areas that feature 18 campsites. They all include a picnic table, a fire circle, and one site is even wheelchair accessible. 2 of these campsites have electricity hookup for RVs. I'm assuming that's the campground host and the handicap site. However, there is no dump station. But there is a bathhouse with hot showers and drinking water. Reservations are required for all of these sites. And as I mentioned, there are 24 backpacking sites, which means you have to go hiking to get to these campsites. Permits and fees are required to camp overnight. All reservations should be made in advance through the online reservation system. The trails are called Upper Falls, Little River, Shiny Creek, Sawtooth, Jacob Branch, Fox Trail, and Murray Branch, all of which feature hike into campsites. I also kind of feel it necessary to mention, all of the spots in the RV sites are super shady, super quiet, and loads of space in between them. So it should be a nice, quiet, peaceful camping site for you and your family. Say, that reminds me, if y'all are looking for a way to support this channel, keep this here trainer rolling full of farm fresh content twice a week, why don't you slide over to my Teespring shop, get yourself a coffee mug or maybe even a t-shirt. But if you don't want to do that, how about you go to buymeacoffee.com, and for the price of a cup of coffee, you help keep this trainer rolling. You can also visit boondockerswelcome.com. All of the links are in the description. Thanks a bunch. Now on to the equestrian portion of this campground. Not a whole lot to tell about this, but here it goes. The equestrian camping area is adjacent to the very spacious horse trailer parking area. It consists of 15 campsites. It also has a 33 stall barn. 9 stalls are 5 by 10 foot and 24 of them are 10 by 10 foot. There is a bathhouse with hot showers and flush toilets. Campers without reservations must confirm site availability with park staff before occupying a site. Only campers with horses can stay in the equestrian campsite. You also have to provide proof of a negative Coggins test. This is what's required for horses using the barn. And now on to the fees. Permits and fees are required to camp overnight. Please visit the visitor center prior to hiking to your campsite and fill out the permit and pay the fees. Check-in time is 1 o'clock and check-out time is 12 o'clock. All of the same dog rules apply, as well as bringing your own firewood and making sure your site is nice and clean so as not to attract animals. The Equestrian Campground has a check-in time of 4 p.m. and a check-out of 3 p.m. Not all campsites have identical amenities, as I mentioned before, so make sure you read the campsite information on the reservation website and look at the photos and check availability and fees. Find out whether a specific site is wheelchair accessible and has access to water, bathhouse, and pit toilets. Fees for 2022 are quite reasonable. The RV campsites with electric hookups are $31 a night, while the non-hookup ones are $26 a night. It's a meager $15 for a primitive tent site when out backpacking. Now the equestrian campsites are $26. And to use the horse stall, the smaller one, which is 5 by 10 foot, is $12, while the larger one, which is 10 by 10, is $17. So I'm going to be quiet for the next little bit, let y'all soak in what God has created. Well, y'all, that's going to about do it for this episode of Eatin' Good in the Woods. For the money and the seclusion, I don't see how you can beat this place. So listen, y'all go on out there, be nice to one another. I love y'all. God bless. Bye-bye.